So.
Oh man, that was crazy pants. And I don't know if you guys knew what was going on there. We lost YouTube like about 3/4 of the way through the round table. So the chat room all of a sudden was like, "What is happening?" And poor Ben was like asleep on my lap as I was giving him a head rub, and I was like, "Honey bunny, you have to wake up. Like, we need you to make the show go. Please, I'm sorry." So there was a
also. Our Skype went to absolute crap. Did yours, Mike, too? Yours did too, right?
Yeah, mine went to crap. I thought it was on my end, so I did a little test, and I was still getting great surface. So I think it was a low latency temporarily there at the studio.
Well, and Tim here looks a little bit fuzzy to me.
That's me. That's my stupid camera is garbage. That's why I'm getting a new one. Because look how crisp it is. It's like constantly focused way too forward. Hold on. You'll see it somewhere. It actually looks decent, but it's stuck like right here. I can't get it to. It's dumb.
No problem. It was more funny than anything. So yeah, this was quite the show. Good job, guys.
The photographer doesn't know how to shoot himself.
No surprise there. It's sort of like the hairstylist who doesn't know how to do hair. It's kind of okay. Like, you can't cut your own
Sandra.
Head. That's adorable.
Too bad you didn't have.
I'm gonna urinate if you don't mind.
It's too bad you didn't just have a bunch of Canon gear you got rid of.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. Go.
You had a huge Arizona.
I'm still shooting Sony. You're right. This is all coming right out of me.
So Tim, while you're away, we'll go ahead and do our midweek news.
Okay.
And we'll bring you back after that.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
You know what? I need to take a break too.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Should we all just take a break?
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Putting everything on you, Carrie-Ann. Keep the people's entertained.
That's kind of how it always feels. Don't worry about it.
Let me entertain you.
Ah, man, that's funny. Yep. Jared disconnected too. Quite literally, I'm the only one left. To be fair though, the boys kind of carried the whole show, so that's all right. It's great. Now we're on this camera, so it really is just me. You didn't want to show like the weird expanse of how everyone left me? Like that's not what you wanted to go with? Fine. Here, like this. Story time with Carrie-Ann. Yes, that's true. Kitty is here. All right. Great. You believe in me. A story. Well, I don't know. What kind of storyline do you want? Story time do you want? Just made Dad watch Elon's talk, and he was super into it. That's actually really great. The Wonder Woman of tomorrow. Thank you guys. You're the best. I don't really have anything interesting at all. Yeah, great. Tim's eating. I really am on my own here. This is fantastic. Coffee rants. Okay, I do have a coffee rant. Here we go. Here's the weird thing about coffee. Everyone seems to think that they know at least a little something about coffee, particularly if you consume it, or even if you make it. But I mean, because the thing is, like, when you do make it, you feel as though, and here's Benny for no apparent reason. Great. Now we're over here. I just got comfortable. I know you don't have a mic, you don't have an earpiece, you know nothing. So here's the thing. The thing about coffee, much like a lot of other things that we consume all over this planet, is you feel as though you have your way of doing it, right? And your way is probably the correct way for a myriad of reasons. And maybe in a particular culture or in a particular area of the world, there's a certain name that goes with that thing or that way of preparing something. For example, a lot of Asian cultures have like a dim sum, a dumpling kind of situation. But you go over to like Poland or Germany kind of thing, and you have a dumpling-esque kind of thing, but it's ever so slightly different. Italy also has a dumpling-esque kind of thing, but you wouldn't compare a ravioli and a pierogi and a dumpling for lack of a better term. But essentially, they are pretty much the same thing. There's some sort of doughy kind of ness, or bao is also a really good example, with some sort of stuffing in it, right? I mean, that's the basic thing there. Coffee also has a very similar kind of thing. So, you have some dark or strong coffee, and you add a little bit of steamed milk, just the foam, What I would call that is a macchiato. I would call a double shot of espresso with a little bit of steamed milk foam on that, whether it be dairy milk or non-dairy milk. I would call that a macchiato. That's the way I've been trained. That's what I've called it. That's the thing. The problem is that if you want to put that on ice, that doesn't make any sense to me, because a macchiato just, you wouldn't put hot milk foam onto ice. It's just going to make it a lukewarm drink, and it's going to be watered down because the heat's going to heat up the ice is going to melt. It's just going to water down the whole thing. If you really want it that way, I'll just put 2 shots of espresso on ice and then a little bit of cold milk, because that's what makes sense to me. The thing is, I know now you're hungry. I know this is why we have to have tomorrow food. The thing is that every once in a while, somebody doesn't understand this or doesn't know it or doesn't care to learn about these sorts of things. And then there's also companies that you may or may not have heard of before that like to take something that is pure and simple, like 2 shots of espresso and a little bit of milk foam, because it's only about 4 ounces overall. It's a really quick drink to have. It gives you just enough milk to kind of like water down the espresso so it doesn't seem like it's too much. It's a pretty easy thing to do all the way around. It's not just straight espresso, which sometimes can be on the bitter side depending on what your blend is and all those other fun things. So it's a drink I like. I really enjoy quite a bit. But putting it over ice, like I said, doesn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense to me based on what it is naturally. But like I said, there are companies that say, oh, a macchiato, that has a really cool sounding name to it. And it's basically just like shots and like milk, but you put it on top, and so it kind of just, it marks the milk or marks the foam, as they like to say. And in some ways that is actually a true thing. There's a macchiato, but there's also this other thing called a latte macchiato. So you make your latte, which is the 2 shots of espresso and the milk foam, but instead of putting the espresso on the bottom, you've got the milk and the milk foam, and you pour the shots on top, and they mark, quite literally, because milk has a tendency, particularly the dairy variety, to be kind of white, and the espresso is a darker color, right? So it kind of marks the foam on it. And so there's a macchiato and there's a latte macchiato. Fantastic.
Neat.
Except that, again, when you put it over ice. Now, the latte macchiato translates a little bit better to ice because you got the ice and the milk, and then you pour the shots on top, and then the shots just sort of sit there. They kind of float a little bit. Any bartender will know what I'm talking about there. And that's great. But a traditional macchiato, just the shots and the milk foam, doesn't really translate when you're trying to put it over ice. It just doesn't make any sense. So there's this particular customer the other day that asked me for a quad shot over ice with a little bit, and I was like, what? And she's like, I want a macchiato. And I said, okay, wait, what? And she said, I want a quad shot macchiato on ice with a, and I was like, I'm going to hurt this female. I'm going to hurt her very much. And I said, with just a little bit of, and she was like, quad shot. And I said, I know, it's a quad shot macchiato over ice with a little bit of, and she was like, coconut milk. And I was like, of course it's coconut milk. I said, I'm so glad you said coconut milk, because I actually heard caramel. So good, I'm glad we got that.
I just like cold brew, because it's like,
I wanted to hurt this woman.
Let's do it.
Like a lot.
Nitro cold brew is basically beer I could have in the morning.
I feel like a lot of people who order extra shots think that like there's a special magic like caffeine liquid or something that it's not. They don't think about it as an espresso shot.
Yeah. We often do have customers who ask for, can I get an iced mocha, and can I get that with a shot of espresso? And I'm like, it comes with 2. Did you want an extra one? They said, oh, it comes with 2? Like, yeah. Yes, because otherwise it's chocolate milk. It's like the adult chocolate milk, but not for nighttime. Like I never know how to explain that. Like,
sometimes when you serve coffee to engineers, you need like a chart that says this is the name of the thing on the top, and then a list of ingredients down the side, and a little circle that has like bink.
If it makes you feel any better, we do actually have that online internally now. We have the layered description of what the thing is. What I'm pushing for is pictures. I also want pictures. I want the...
Some engineers need those too.
Yes. It is about 2 ounces of espresso, also known as the coffee part. Then there's the milk. Cow or non-cow, don't care.
Pie charts.
Oy. Because that's really what I want. That's really what I want. I feel like that would just be an easier sell all the way around.
Oh my God, no, Vex, a Venn diagram.
Venn diagram. See, Venn diagram sounds good, but do you have any? It'd be like, this is the mocha, this is the latte, this is the cappuccino. It's kind of like it would look like the freaking the Olympic rings more sort of Venn diagram than like an actual Venn diagram. Anyway.
Oh man.
Why are people asking me what position I sleep in?
Let's go ahead and do our extra news
Yeah.
stories.
So, midweek news.
Yep.
What's up with y'all? Y'all okay?
I said no. I was talking. I didn't even look at the chat room. I just started talking. They were like, coffee rants. I'm like, I've got one. Great. Let's go there.
We went on an adventure to the finest deals of Colombia. You good?
Anyway.
Got that out?
Yeah.
Feel better?
I'm fine.
That'll be $150 for a half
woman,
hour.
Dude. Yeah. I know. This is often like therapy, actually. So.
Just saying. Somebody who does it, I know. So.
All right. I didn't actually. I didn't write.
Whoops.
I didn't write these in. Whoops. Give me a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Write them in.
My bad.
I'll reopen it.
Now I
No,
need
it's
a
fine.
minute.
Jared, tell a story.
Jared, coffee news?
So I like cold brew coffee because I'm a really big fan of like bitter beers, like stouts and porters and things like that. So to me, like cold brew coffee is basically like I'm having a stout at breakfast, but instead of like making me sleepy and after like 8 to 10 of them making me laugh at everything, it like wakes me up. So because that's what happens when I have I just like sit down and start laughing at everything, like everything's pugs. My
question is, do you normally drink beer in the morning?
No, not all the time.
He drinks the coffee version. We just went over that.
Not all the time.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to put this out there that I don't drink alcohol every morning. But there are some days where you
it's
just...
a good replacement for my morning beer. I think you're an alcoholic, dude.
Functional, okay? Anyways, no, there's a lot more problems other than that, but that's for tomorrow brain or whatever we'll call it. I guess I could talk about some of my favorite things that have ever happened at Griffith Observatory.
I'm almost done. You don't have to.
Okay, never
Sorry,
mind then.
my
So-
bad. He's like, how much longer do you need me to speak for?
Who gives a
Crap.
Who cares about the stupid observatory?
No, I mean,
here
I
in
do.
LA? It's only been around for 82 years and had almost 100 million people go through it, but who gives a
Wow.
Whoops, caught myself there. So I know it is after dark, but I still tried to.
Who's the ish giver now?
Also, I sleep on my back, so. Somebody was asking how I just on my back, so you can have fun with that, I guess. I don't know.
Sleep on my side.
I don't know what's going on.
Got the whole Star Trek discussion going on. I watched the first 2 episodes of Discovery, and it's cool and all, but I'm slightly disappointed. I'm slightly disappointed that this is an Alex Kurtzman project, and it's pretty much following the same formula as Lost.
Interesting. Oh, then I might like
and I don't like it.
This show was supposed to be about Lost, so maybe now it'll be about Discovery. That's funny. I actually enjoyed the first...
Orville's great.
Orville, I was just going to say, I actually enjoyed Orville.
Orville is freaking great.
Yeah, I've been watching Orville. Star Trek Orville. I think it's hilarious. But I also have a major crush on what's-his-face.
Seth MacFarlane?
That's the one. I was like, I don't know
You wanna
why
hear
I
a
can't
quick
remember his
story
name right now.
about Seth MacFarlane?
Is it air appropriate?
Yes, it is.
Just figured I should double check.
It is.
Will she still have a crush on him when you're done?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. So they had the premiere, the after party for the premiere of Cosmos was
Yes.
at Griffith Observatory.
Yes.
So everybody who worked on it came to it.
Awesome.
And that was like one of the wildest nights I've ever had up there
Yeah.
because of the celebrities and stuff that were there,
Nice.
like giving the talk and then looking up and all of a sudden Neil deGrasse Tyson is like 10 feet away from me listening to me. And I'm just going, oh man, I better be saying this, I better be correct in everything I'm saying.
That's when you're just like, feel free to correct me, but as my understanding is.
Yeah, so no, he would correct me and then tweet snarkily about it. So we have areas that we work at.
Yeah.
And we rotate through those areas. And I was up in the telescope with our operator up there, and Seth MacFarlane and Carl Sagan's wife, Andrea, came in. And our operator had no clue who Seth MacFarlane was. So he started talking to him like he had no idea what he was doing there. And it was one of the funniest things ever because Seth like totally ran with it and then started making like jokes that our operator was not picking up on.
Right.
Where he was like making fun of our operator in front of everybody in there, but not like
Not like in a mean way.
not
but
in a mean way,
but all suddenly speaking to him slightly stewie-ish.
yes, kind of. And it was definitely the funniest 6 minutes I've ever had in the telescope dome. Right there,
I can imagine.
watching our operator just get like completely destroyed by Seth MacFarlane's, and our operator, because he was so subtle about our operators, had no clue about it that night.
So good.
It was hilarious.
I didn't have a huge crush on Seth MacFarlane until Larry King. When Larry King went off the air, finally, he started an internet show, and I don't remember where I picked it up on it, but it was, it's still the Larry King show, pretty much exactly the way it was, but like now in his living room. And he interviewed Seth MacFarlane, and through that interview, I was like, I apparently am in love with Seth MacFarlane. Like, that's good to know.
There you go.
Yeah, so. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. All right, so.
We're ready to do this thing?
Yeah, not for weird segues, but yeah, well, we're just gonna go with that.
So.
Sorry, everybody else? Okay. Yeah. We're okay with Jared being on set, right? I mean, like, I'm okay with Jared being on set.
I'm not okay being here. I really...
Yeah, because it's Jared and Mike doing news, so midweek.
Yeah, I just thought we kicked him off last week. That's why I'm asking.
We did because he did the interview and he didn't have news segments.
Yeah.
Ben did.
Oh.
That's why.
Jared's not
Ben
here
did
right now.
I don't
midweek
watch this
jokes.
show.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, I don't watch it either. So we just do it, and then
Sorry. Oh.
for me, it's like I can't watch myself.
I can't
So
watch myself either.
I have like the serious level, like legitimate, terrifying unease of seeing myself, and I can't do it. So I can't even like think about it. So.
It's cool. We've got people in place to keep track of that sort of
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Reddit.
Here they all are in the chat room. Okay. Ready? I should actually read like the title of what I'm throwing to Mike for a second. NASA and Roscosmos sign an agreement to study Deep Space Gateway. Awesome.
Give Ben a mark, please.
Marker.
Ben doesn't need no mark. Ben doesn't actually edit the show. He just wills it to happen. There's even more news that we didn't get a chance to get to on our episode Orbit 10.36. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about this Deep Space Gateway?
Yeah, as NASA is continuing to formulate the whole Deep Space Gateway proposal, they have signed an agreement with Roscosmos on Wednesday, September 27th, at the International Astronautical Congress in Adelaide, Australia, to cooperate on the Deep Space Gateway and to continue studies and formulating the ideas around it. And this whole joint statement reflects the common vision that both NASA and Roscosmos share. Both agencies, as well as other international space station partners, see the Gateway as a strategic component of human space exploration that would warrant additional study. NASA has already engaged industry partners in Gateway concept studies using the whole Next Step program, and Roscosmos and other space station partners are doing the same. Now, studies of the Gateway concept will provide more technical information and inform future decisions about what sort of collaborations they want to do. But we already know a little bit about what Russia wants to bring to the table. They've been developing an airlock that could be used as, well, rather, they want to use it with a follow-up to the ISS space station, but Russia would now rather contribute that airlock to the Deep Space Gateway. And beyond that, Russia has been working on their own next-generation crew vehicle, now called Federatia, and they would also work on a lunar lander that would operate from the Deep Space Gateway, or at least some sort of lunar space station. Russia would like to go to the surface of the moon, but not just by themselves. They would like to bring their American, European, and Chinese counterparts along with them to the surface so that humanity can go back to the moon together. If you want to listen to some of the presentations that Igor Komarov, who is the current director of Roscosmos, have given, it's very inspirational and very much a we need to do this together type of thing. However, if all else fails, Russia has been developing their own concept of a lunar space station that would be able to enable their and China's lunar ambitions. The station would use the airlock as well as the node module and the science and power module that are going to be developed and sent to the International Space Station first, as long as the Nauka module ever finally gets launched to the International Space Station. But one way or another, I'm really excited to see cooperation in this field, and I really want to see the Deep Space Gateway become a reality.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mike. On Orbit 10.36, our main topic was actually Elon's keynote at IAC. And if you're interested in this or any other space topic, feel free to join us live every Saturday at 1800 UTC. Okay.
Nice.
Yay!
I'm like, I can't hold my breath anymore.
Yay!
Shop and done. Very good.
Yay.
Yay.
Is this what you were tweeting about, this story?
What do you mean?
You tweeted something out about, like, just kidding, it's not this, it's this.
Yes. That's what
this is?
Yeah, I was like.
I'm glad you understood what I just said.
I was like quadruple wrong on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I'm incorrect. No, wait. No, I'm wrong. No, wait, I'm not. So. That's why you follow Twitter, for fun times like that. So I do have a question about this story.
Yeah.
Which is that this is so the Nobel Prize in Physics is going to be announced on Tuesday, which is going to be before this story airs, and these guys are probably going to win it. If they don't win it, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people. But these guys are probably going to win it. So is there some way that we
wait, when do we put these out?
This is going out Thursday. Mine's going out
Thursday.
But
are they announcing the winner or the nominees on Tuesday?
The winner.
Can't we just flip-flop them then?
So.
Let's do, we could either flip-flop them or we could do two, one where they win and one where they don't.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, is just do one regularly and then just have like a little mention at some point.
Yeah, if you want to do it twice and cut it both ways, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then we just need to make sure that Ben knows.
I guess I'm just wondering, do we need to do the whole thing twice, or can we just do like a little bit that says that then they've just won the Nobel Prize earlier this week?
Where are you talking?
Huh?
Where is that in your script?
It would
I did not include it because I did not know whether that was going to be something that we could do or not.
Where does it go?
I would throw it in at the end. So.
All right. Why don't you run through it without it?
Okay.
And then we'll see where that fits.
Okay, sounds good.
Here's an idea. Let's run through it without it and go through the complete thing. Gotcha. But then, if we did it, we could try a thing like right after your last picture, the LIGO 4. And come back to, we don't have a camera set up. Oh wait, we kind of do. I was thinking we could do the close-up view on maybe camera one of you doing with and without if they win the Nobel Prize
if it's
as its own single shot.
Yeah, if they don't win it, then we don't. It's just something I don't want to talk about. I don't want to be like, and they didn't win the Nobel Prize this week. What a bunch of prudes in wherever the Nobel Prize comes from.
Right.
What a great committee, kind of. I don't want to do something like that.
Do you are you looking for talking about them winning? Do you want that to be you on camera, or is that underlay? Like voiceover.
Ooh, yeah. If we did it voiceover, that'd be super easy editing.
Because you've got 2 images and a video.
Yeah, I could always get a video to you guys if they win it on Tuesday. So.
No, we can do that. We can make that now.
Okay.
Like what Dud is saying is that you could say that of if they win, you could say your whole spiel of if they've won, while a picture or a video is on the screen.
Sure.
So that if they don't win and you don't want to mention it at all, it's easier for Ben to edit without it.
That's not what I was saying. Jared, do it without. And when you're done, after Carrie Ann closes her thing, then we'll do a little clip with you on video in the same frame, in the same circumstances or whatever. Everything's all consistent where you're congratulating them, and we can put that in between your last video and you talking and Carrie Ann picking that up.
Okay. So that'll be so if we'll do the Nobel thing separate.
Do everything like it.
Okay, Ben is saying this is backwards.
What, Ben? Okay, what?
I got the right idea. We think they're going to win.
Yes.
There's like a 95% chance they're going to win.
That's
right?
It's pretty much assured. So
Do that. That's the story.
Uh-huh.
Do it like that. Do exactly what Mike said was if we can do that part of the story over an image, then the edit's 5 seconds for me to rip it out.
Uh-huh.
If you're a talking head, it becomes a bitch. So if you can just say those words when we're on top of an image and make sure that there's a little bit of gap beforehand and a little bit of a gap. Doesn't have to be long, but just long enough where you had a break point there.
Okay.
Right? Then it's a 5-second edit. Anything else is a pain in the ass.
Okay, do you want me to maybe signal Dutta when I'm going to say it so that he stays on the image, or?
But his rundown isn't set up that way. He's got 2 images first and then 2 videos.
Okay. So when were you going to say it?
I was going to say it at the well, I guess I could say it at the end under. Well, no, not under one of the videos. I will do it.
You do it at the beginning?
Yes, I will do it at the beginning.
Do it like right as you go into an image. Does that work?
Sure.
But you got to make sure we're on the image before he starts talking.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. And just make sure that what you say, the next thing that you say after that is not a continuation of what you just said.
Yes.
It has to be an independent thought.
Okay.
So
can I modify the script?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Okay.
Put your script in.
If I were you, I would place it right after your paragraph with the first picture where you say, this may not seem like a big deal. After all, it's the 4th gravitational wave we've detected. It's a critical, important step to using gravitational waves to explore the universe. Mm-hmm. And then while that picture is up, just pause for just a second, just like Ben was saying, and then say what you want to say about the Nobel Peace Prize. Pause for another couple of seconds, and then launch into your next paragraph where you talk about the whole 3 detectors, 2 from LIGO, 1 from Virgo, and that'll be Dutta's cue to switch to the next picture.
Yeah, you don't need a couple of seconds. You just need a beat.
A couple of seconds in the presenter's head is like 5 milliseconds. in reality.
Yeah, that's also true.
So is this one going to go to air on Tuesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday? Okay.
Did everyday hang up? Guess so.
Confirm.
Okay, so I've got that one paragraph, and then I have in the actual rundown, in brackets, pause, and then it says, and we can also congratulate the LIGO team as it was announced just a few. Yeah. just a few days ago, they have won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics for their research into an eventual detection of gravitational waves. So.
Do you want a picture of the Nobel coin prize?
Sure. Usually they take a picture of the laureates that they have there.
So do you want just the
Sure. Do you want me to grab that?
No, I have it. You want me to add it into your script?
Go for it.
All right.
So.
No, you're gonna have media incoming. Give me a minute.
By the way, just so that we're aware, it's a Nobel Prize in Physics. So
not
not
the
Nobel
Peace Prize.
Oh,
There's a multitude of different Nobels that you
are
can
they
win.
all the same coin thing?
No.
Let's skip the image.
Okay.
All right, so you've updated your rundown.
I have updated my rundown, and now I will
So then I'll go
update
back
this.
into it so I can see what the fuck is going on.
It's just one of those things where everybody is saying that they're basically gonna win it.
Yeah.
Or they basically have it. They just need to announce it. So which is pretty cool because they've been working on that for like 60 years now. So.
All right.
I don't know, man. Is there any? Is there a large percentage of women or minorities on the team? They might pick someone else based on that. I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
Well, hey, one of the few multi Nobel winners is Marie Curie, so pretty good.
Okay. Everyone's good? Yeah? Deuces?
Deuces.
Cool.
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm just chilling.
Mike, stop moving. Your mic is making noise.
This is why I love you guys. Well, there's even more news that we didn't get a chance to get to on this last Orbit 10.36, and this is really exciting. Jared, why don't you tell us a little bit about the gravitational waves?
Yes.
I know you're excited about this.
Yeah, so for the past couple years, astronomy based on gravitational waves has been primarily done by the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, which we will call LIGO because that's a mouthful.
We will.
But recently, Virgo, which is a gravitational wave observatory, which is run by the European Gravitational Observatory, EGO.
As it is.
They turned it on to get operational data and begin gathering that, and we now have our first jointly detected gravitational wave. So we have a gravitational wave that was detected by both LIGO and Virgo. Now, this may not seem like a big deal because, after all, this is the fourth gravitational wave that we've detected, but this is the first time that we've had 3 systems that detect gravitational waves to do so, and this is a critically important step in using gravitational waves to explore our universe. And we can also congratulate the LIGO team, as it was announced just a few days ago, that they have won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics for their research into the eventual detection of gravitational waves. Now, the 3 detectors, 2 from LIGO and 1 from Virgo, allow us to pinpoint where exactly the gravitational wave being detected is coming from in the sky. Now, with just 2 detectors at LIGO, we could get a large swath of where that gravitational wave may have actually occurred at. And you can see on this chart right here of the sky itself, we've got 3 of the candidates, 3 of the gravitational waves that came before. You can see there's a very large patch of sky with orange, blue, red, and green. But now with Virgo added on, we're 20 times more accurate than just LIGO alone, which the gravitational wave that was detected by all 3 is down there in the bottom left, and you can see it is in a very small spot of the sky where we think it's at. So, another cool thing that 3 observation systems allows us to do is actually characterize the polarization of gravitational waves. And to basically break down what is polarization, well, basically that's the way the gravitational wave oscillates. And this was the exact type of oscillation that was predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity. Now, knowing the polarization of the gravitational wave also tells us the orientation of the 2 black holes as they're spinning around each other. So we can actually figure out the angles and the velocities as they're coming together, which is ridiculous. We haven't been able to do that before with the previous gravitational wave detections. Now, gravitational wave 170814 was caused by the merger of two binary black holes, one 31 times the mass of our sun, the other 25 times the mass of our sun. They were only about 1.8 billion light years away from us, and it moved the detectors about 1/10,000th the width of a proton. So, what's so cool about this? This is another proof that Einstein's theory of general relativity is correct. And it's yet to be proven wrong by any experiment conducted. And just a little note, earlier this month we talked about the rumor of LIGO and Virgo detecting two neutron stars colliding. Well, we have no update to that story other than that it's been confirmed by everyone but LIGO and Virgo themselves that that has been detected. It's basically an open secret, an open rumor, if you will, at this point right now. So this story does not disprove that. It's just we found another one a couple days after the detection of those neutron stars colliding. So very cool stuff that we've been able to do with the gravitational wave observatories. So.
Yeah, very, very cool. Thank you, Jared. On Orbit 10.36, our main topic was actually Elon Musk's keynote speech at International Astronautical Congress. If you're interested in this and many other topics that we talk about on space or on tomorrow, feel free to join us every Saturday live at 1800 UTC.
So I'm cool with that, but your beats were a little bit.
Just that one line again that you put in pause, but let's do it on camera because the image worked, but I think I'm going to edit you back on top of yourself to pull the audio out.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
So you want just that line?
So do you want?
I just need I need it to be a tight shot and just the blah 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 that won the Nobel.
Okay.
Can you do the thing then?
Oh well,
We don't have a tight shot.
Oh fine, do the wide shot. I don't care.
Wide shot?
Okay.
Yeah, wide shot.
I've got camera 1 on.
Yeah, Ben said he didn't want it.
No, wide shot. Fine.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest.
Okay.
This is just for audio, right? So.
Is it audio and video? Audio and video, yes? Yeah. All right, so Mike, be presentable.
All right.
All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And we just want to send out a huge congratulations to the LIGO team, who it's just been announced a few days ago that they won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics for their research into gravitational waves and their eventual detection of gravitational waves.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's it. So, of course, we'll see if that actually ends up happening, but it's kind of one of those things where it's such a profound discovery that it's probably it would be not impossible, but rather improbable that they don't win it this year. So,
Right on.
yeah. But we'll see as well. So, yeah.
Yay.
We'll see what happens. So.
Oh.
Cool.
Like
now they're
Ben
talking
and
about
Tim are talking about us and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
That's
on.
fine.
We're good.
The Rocket Road Show.
We're good.
All right. Yay.
Yay.
What is, where did that animation come from?
The first animation that showed polarization actually came from Penn State. And then the second animation that showed the two black holes colliding with each other based on the actual LIGO data. Excuse me, now I can say LIGO and Virgo data. That came from the Max Planck. So this is Max Planck Institute of Physics, which is a fantastic group that does a lot of the visualization work for LIGO and Virgo. And then the other one was just from Penn State, and they have a lot of really cool, like hardcore physics animations, which I highly recommend if you're really into stuff like that. Take a look at it because it'll explain things very well.
Nice. Somebody in the chat room asked if I've ever been asked for a double-double. I have not. I'm not even positive what that is. I could always look it up, of course. And then someone else asked or said, Carrie Ann, 2 espresso are called espressi or espressi,
Espresso.
which my initial training is at Starbucks, so of course there's a huge Italian influence there, and so I've always just called it a doppio or a double. So there's there's that. There was a criticism that we did over an hour of talking for the main topic, and we only took 2 questions from the chat room.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to better integrate the chat room.
Yeah, that was a big boo-boo on my part today. So,
Right.
yeah.
It takes some time to get used to, but that's, I mean, the reason we're here is for the chat room. It is the #1 priority of the show.
Absolutely.
Have I ever been asked to roll up the rim? No, and I don't know what that is either. Doesn't sound like it's food related at all. Carrie and I want a quad shot, 1 of espresso, 1 shot of milk, 1 shot of whiskey, 1 shot of absinthe all over ice. I was with you until you mentioned absinthe. I can't imagine absinthe and milk and coffee together, and it grosses me out. Double is a Tim Horton thing. 2 cream, 2 sugar. Oh, that would be drip coffee, which is really great because it's actually all self-serve right around the corner. I do that probably a million times a day. So I don't have to deal with 2 creams and 2 sugars. Although a 2 cream, 2 sugar is such a common thing, just all the way around. In your coffee. I need 2 creams, 2 sugars in my coffee.
Wrapping up so I can go home and sleep.
Yes, we can wrap up so you can go home and
I think
sleep.
we're done because Ben is toast.
Ben is dead. Ben is dead. You can
Pretty.
do it.
I want an
Pretty
elongated macchiato? Elongated. Got it. I got it.
Well done.
I'm there now.
Well done. So,
Sometimes
Well, I feel like it was a
called
good show today.
a long black. Yeah.
yeah.
It was really, Mike, if you didn't get a chance to like glance at it, you and Tim looking at each other and then looking over at Jared was so stupidly magical. It was
pretty amazing.
It was slightly uncanny.
So,
I was trying to like do like a direct like 90 degrees towards Everyday Astronaut and then
Yeah.
kind of pivot 45 degrees when looking at Jared so
Yeah.
that there would be that slight effect on camera of me changing my focus from one to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flat white, I am actually very familiar with, as we have quite a few people from Australia and New Zealand who either visit or work with us. So flat white I've been introduced to, which is kind of funny before the Starbucks flat white, because I don't think they actually pull their shots ristretto. But we pull all of our shots ristretto anyway, so for us it's just a slightly shorter latte.
Oh yeah, Jared's video from NROL 42.
oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, what?
It's not in the rundown. I don't have it.
It's in the. Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Learn your lesson, kids.
All right.
I didn't insert that.
So Dan TC24, the sort of shortest version I can give you about the Americano. If you like espresso, you might find an Americano offensive, but during one of the wars when all of the American soldiers were fighting over in Europe, and European coffee houses, whether it be in France or Italy or what have you, didn't have a drip coffee machine or a drip coffee option, some sort of bastardization that the American coffee drinkers have come across. And that's what they wanted. They wanted their kind of cheaper, shittier kind of coffee. That's where the Americano came from. You took the 2 shots of espresso and you just watered it down to about, 8, 10 ounces or so. That's where that came from, and that's why it has that name. So yeah, if you really like espresso, you're gonna think an Americano is complete crap. But if you like drip coffee, Americano is really kind of great because it's way better than regular drip coffee in general. Some places it doesn't really matter where you get it. So there's that. I know. Nobody wants to talk about coffee anymore. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it.
I got kicked from the chat room, and I'm trying to jump back in so I can send a link.
Tea Earl
to
Grey
people
hot.
who want it, so.
No, I don't mean the war, because that one ended.
Did you upload
We just
that
had a
footage to
different
your
war
own
later
channel?
on.
Come on.
Jared, you uploaded that footage to your own channel?
Yes, it did, and here it is.
Good. Good.
Sarge Enzyme, we serve tea is a slight misnomer. I have tea available. There are 10 different varieties, but I don't have to serve it. It sits in tea bags over there. You get it. You get your water. You do it how you like it. Although I have had a number of English people on campus tell me that I don't do it well enough because our water is only 198 degrees. It's not 205 or above / boiling. So there are a couple of English people on campus who have the instant hot pots at their desk.
Well, if you want it done right, I guess you can do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. If you don't like it, do it yourself.
There's an English breakfast. There's a chai, which also is a misnomer because chai is the Indian word for tea. But if you're not familiar with chai, I'm not really going to go into that now because nobody wants me to talk about coffee or tea things. There is the Earl Grey, of course. There's a crimson berry, a peppermint, a chamomile. There's a sencha green, a jasmine, and I must be. Oh no, that's 8. There you go. I think that's all of them. Three black, 2 green. Yeah, that's all of them. 8. Water at 100 degrees is not nearly hot enough for anything. Everyone always says that. They're like, oh, actually, we just had a complaint. So somebody asked us why our hot water tower is 198 degrees. They thought that it was entirely too warm, and they wanted us to turn it down to 170. And I was like, bath water is nice for humans and babies. Like, this doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. It's not loose tea, but it is in non-paper satchels. Yeah, but 170 is like nothing. It's ridiculous.
Like 125 would be pretty burning on your skin.
Elon does sometimes drink a Diet Pepsi if he's getting a drink. For me, typically it is an almond milk latte, extra hot. All right, so how about this? You do the video thing, I will take Ben home.
Oh, okay.
Right, you guys can close out the show.
I mean, I threw the video in the chat room, but if you want to show it, you can show it.
Way.
Are we able to show it, or
just thinking I could?
Do we need to like actually have it in the rundown, legit, or?
Oh, you have to edit. Oh, so we have to close out totally.
Needs to be in the rundown. And
Okay.
Benny, we need a calendar. All right. We done? We good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we're toast.
Yeah, because we're all ready to crash.
Here, I'll just throw it in the chat room one more time. So.
Click the button. Watch on the YouTubes. Enjoy.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work getting the show together and making it presentable. So.
It was nice.
Good job, everybody.
So. All right. Bye.
We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
See you next.